Moving on, the AJC reported this week that Georgia Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger met with federal prosecutors investigating efforts by Donald Trump and his allies to overturn the 2020 election. Theron, it probably doesn't come as much of a surprise that Raffensperger is cooperating with the U.S. Justice Department.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Secretary of State's got a lot to say. He's been in the news lately around sort of his Republicans calling on him to actually act now and sort of some what they perceive some of the glitches, some of the challenges with the voting machines. And so now for him to sort of comply and say, hey, I want to testify and give what I can give to sort of this saga that never goes away about Trump trying to overturn democracy. And so I think the Secretary of State is going to be honest, and I think he's going to provide his perspective.
Well, in a letter to state lawmakers, Secretary Raffensperger is also calling on them to pass stiffer laws for election interference. Raffensperger is pushing to make it a felony, carrying a minimum sentence of 10 years if someone is caught tampering with Georgia's election system. Janelle.
Well, I think when it comes to this subject, there's two apologies that are in order. Particularly, one is coming from Brad Raffensperger. During the whole 2020 election debacle, he continued to say nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Clearly, something is wrong. The other apology needs to go towards Dominion, to the actual machine, because it's the software that's the problem, and that's a totally different vendor, so we kind of killed a business for no reason. However, I think that seeing him come out now and saying, oh, there is something, I'm going to put my foot down. Why didn't you do that the first time? I mean, we've all waited for this. So now it's just kind of disingenuous and like you're just kind of gearing up for whatever race is probably coming up in 2026.
Is it too little too late, Melita?
Well, what he's doing is trying to deflect attention away from the obvious problems caused by the Coffee County breach and deny that there is a problem and turn attention in a different direction. I think it'll be great to make it more of a felony to compromise the machines, but they need to do something about the machines that have been compromised.
Phil, you've been very critical of the Secretary of State over this issue.
Well, that's right. I think this is a fig leaf. I actually agree. I think this is a deflection from some of the very serious problems we talked about last week and the week before. The fact that the experts in cybersecurity have said the system is not secure. Raffensperger kept saying, to Janelle's point, everything was fine and secure after 2020. It was not.
All right. Coming up, DeKalb's